XCN The Bottom is in. This is NC Hammer Crypto. My name's Neil, keeping technical analysis short and sweet, and as always, starting with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has this downward trend that we are trying to break, more or less, and it's trading within the area I had talked about in my previous video with this green line and this green line, and then having that little bit of resistance right around 124. But we can expect a major bullish movement up if we break this downward trend line, which will bring the rest of the market with it. And for those of you who are here just for XCN, it's good news for you because the bottom essentially is in. We have some very strong support on this orange trend line here, and we are starting to build somewhat, it's not very certain, higher lows at the moment. So this orange line is obviously very strong support around the 0.010, and we have that little push up. Could we see something happen like we saw back here? It is a possibility. Looking at the CM Guppy, we see we got that red line real thinned out, pushing into it, and then the next candle was way up over it, and the 200 EMA. We could see that happen again, as we've seen it happen back here as well. Took a little bit longer, but eventually we pushed up. And we really need to break that 0.013 for XCN to start having some real momentum. Why 0.013? Because we've tested it multiple times just right here. We've tested it back here. This is somewhat of a stronger resistance, but when we can get over that 200 EMA and hold, we're going to see that 200 EMA start to bring this up towards that red downward trend line like we have been waiting for. This could happen a lot quicker than what we expect. Going back in time, we saw a major increase once we got over that 200 EMA. But looking at it closer, this is in the 4 hours. So we had the push up over and a close. The next 4 hours decrease in price, but then it held that support on that 200 EMA on the next 4. And then 8 hours later, we're up at 0.015 and then peaking out around 0.027. Can happen very, very quickly, and so that is kind of what we are expecting with XCN when we can get over that 200 EMA and hold. We've seen it happen here, we've seen it happen in the past, so this is looking very, very healthy. CM Guppy is getting nice and thinned out. 200 EMA is nice and close and weak, so it's easy to push up over like we did right here and right here. Could see that quick push. Expect a little bit of resistance here around 0.013 yet again, and a potential retrace, but the bottom is starting to build up. Volume is picking up whenever we are in these low points, and we're not seeing a whole bunch of sell-off. It's 4 hours. Bitcoin is starting to build a little support. We may see a little bit more consolidation before breaking this downward trend line, but it has touched it around 4 times. The fifth touch could be that major push up to a new all-time high, and then comes panic mode and everybody's starting to sell off from their very low positions. At 0.01, the next real resistance beyond the red trend line, as talked about previously, is 0.02, and beyond 0.02 is right here around 0.0266, because we have a little bit of resistance here, and according to Fibonacci, it's the 1.618. If that gets just obliterated and blown past 618 on the bigger retracement at 0.033 to 0.034, and beyond that, we're looking at 0.05. So hold your positions if you're in here at 0.01 or even 0.016 to 0.02, as we are most likely going to test that area, have a little bit of sell-off potentially, but a quick buy back up and push this to the previous highs that we have seen for XCN. And always recommended, stated on my other video, if you have not entered into Tornado Cash, this is the most violent market that we've seen today, I guess, in this past week and month. So if you guys have heeded my opinion and had your entry in here at 11 cents, you are currently up over 76% just from holding Tornado Cash. You can trade it on MEXC. Reference link is in the description below. And I believe this is the last day where you can get $20 USDT free, which would get you one for free Tornado Cash that you can trade on MEXC. All good things. You can't do futures trade with it, unfortunately. as I would have entered a major buy with futures back in the day. But we are currently at $19.59. Begged you guys to enter in here at $11. Begged you, or I guess our original entry is at $7.50. So we are currently up substantially compared to the other markets. We're getting a little wick off, but we can see this very quickly push up to $21 and $23 with a little bit of volume, as volume down here is picking up very nicely. A little push up in the RSI, and this will be overbought, and then you can sell off and wait for a retracement. But currently $19, just a few weeks ago, 11. Like and subscribe, try out Tornado Cash, use the reference link, and good luck, have fun with it. I will see you on the next one.